In this quick tutorial, we're going to talk about screen chat. Screen chat allows your audience to communicate with one another via your digital signage screen. So what this means is that users that visit your business could scan a QR code on the screen, be redirected to a website where they can type in text, and all this text will get inserted into a vertical scrolling list so everybody can see a history of the chat in progress. Now, there could be many applications for this, but one application that comes into mind is an auction that people simply can scan the QR on the screen, and instead of just screaming their information out in the air, they could type it in their browser and submit it to the screen. So again, an auction is just one application. So let's see how this can be set up. So here we're looking at the Signage Studio, and I have a sample presentation set up. Let's go ahead and demo it. So you can see that we have an auction for some earrings, and we have a QR code right here. And right here we're going to have our chat component. So let's go ahead and stop this. Next, we'll go ahead and select the chat from the components and drag and drop that to the comment channel. Keep in mind that we're using a comment channel because we don't want the text to get erased when this timeline restarts. Extend it for the full length of the timeline and double click to load up its properties. We'll go ahead and add a new event, and we'll just call this our chat event, as long as it matches the string on the JavaScript side, and I'll show you that in a second. Now we're going to use the add param because we want to keep a history. If you set the set param, what's going to happen is that anytime somebody types text into the screen, that text will override everybody else's text, and so you'll only see the latest text that was typed. But we actually want to keep history, and you want it to scroll up, and so we'll go ahead and select the add param line. Next, we'll go ahead and double click the QR component, and you'll notice that I already pasted in an address, and of course this will be your address, and I'll go ahead and show you how this JavaScript file is set up. But here you'll type in your own address where you want people to be redirected when they scan the QR on their mobile devices so they can chat to one another. And so next, let's go ahead and check out the presentation and see how it works. And so here we can see the running presentation. You can see a QR code that as soon as somebody scans this QR code to their mobile devices, they'll be redirected to this page. And in our case, we're just set up a sample page. I'll go ahead and show you. So you can imagine that somebody scanned this with their phone and they'll be redirected into this page, and maybe a second person came in because they're also interested in this auction, and another page would pull up on their phone. So maybe Lee says that he's willing to pay $1,000 for these earrings, and he clicks on send. And then James is actually willing to pay $2,500, and he'll click on send, and then Lee will up it to $3,000. And you get the idea. So basically you can converse via the digital signage screen. So this is really a neat feature that's very simple to set up. So here is the sample HTML page that I was using to generate and communicate through the digital signage system. And what you can see here is that we're basically including two files. One is a jQuery file, and another one is the send command JavaScript library. So you want to make sure that you include these two files in your script as well. And you can grab the source code from signage.me/demo/test-chat.html, so you can just grab it from there. But you will need to modify three different things. You will need to modify this username to match your username and the password. So obviously it's not going to be XXX, as well as the station ID. Now where do you grab this from? I'll show you right now. You simply need to switch to stations in the Signage Studio. Select a running station that you want to converse with. And if you scroll all the way to the back, you'll get your station ID. So you want to make sure that you use the same station ID that you want to communicate with. Now notice that we also put right here chat, and this is the event name. And remember, if I switch back to my Signage Studio and go back to my chat component to events, you'll notice that I use the same event name. So you can use any string you want, just make sure that the two match. And as far as the HTML, it's pretty straightforward. We have two input boxes. We have a message 1 and a message 2. And when a person clicks on send, JavaScript will simply grab these fields from test.message1 and test.message2 and send them to the specified station. And as you can see, it's very simple to set up chat on the digital signage screen. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial, and thanks for watching.